A record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, round, round. I want your love. I want your love. I want your love.
Well, good morning to you, chat. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic week as Tuesday rolls around, and we pray for God that the weekend comes sooner so we don't have to do the normal shit we do during the normal week. Lots of stuff to go over today. You know, initially I had planned to do a dedicated thing to what you see on screen Nigerian scammers, 419 scammers. I wanted to go over just some internet history, share the lovely story of the Power Book for those of you unfamiliar with it. Uh, just to have a good bit of fun, but a lot of shit's been going on. A lot of stuff happened. So I'm going to have to take some time to address that. It looks like our boy Danny he's deleted his YouTube channel. Some speculate he was super hacked, but the YouTube channel is now, it's gone. All the videos are gone, which is a shame because I genuinely enjoyed the videos and I wanted to explore the lore of our Danny boy. Now, he still has his DeviantArt, so hopefully that goes unmolested because I want to read all his amazing works of fiction. And if that disappears, then it's all gone, and there's no way to get it back. It's a very sad day in Sonicville. It's a very sad day. Christian Weston Chandler apparently has targeted our little boy, aided by the evil Tonka Saw, and he's gone into hiding. He's in witness protection, trying to survive the terrors that lurk out there at the hands of these two nefarious individuals. CWC and Tonka Saw working in concert it's a dynamic duo, devious individuals that are making our boy or our poor Danny boy just very upset. My forever friend is very upset. I don't know how he's going to make it through this trying time, but I think with prayer and vitamins, he'll find a way. He'll find a way to do it. A little bit of late breaking news happened this morning. I saw somebody tweeted out. I'm going to share it with you. I'll actually go onto the page itself. But it appears that our Hampshire guy, the guy doing the underwater hamster utopia, is being blackmailed by Redditors. And I'm not making that up. It's a very long post going over the blackmail he is currently experiencing at the hand of fucking Redditors. So, we'll jump right into that, I guess. It's very confounding. I don't know why Redditors would be targeting him, but that's apparently what's going on. They're threatening to have articles written about him if he doesn't pay up a certain amount of money. Yes, I see everybody saying, what the fuck? Well, you know, we have a theme going today. I'm going to talk about the Power Book. That's something from Something Awful. And apparently these Redditors are also related to Something Awful. So give me a moment. Let me pull this up and we'll take a look and find out what the fuck is happening with our hamster guy. Give me one moment. It's his newest post on Patreon. If you go to Hampture on Patreon, you'll be able to see it yourself. You can read through it later on at your leisure. But let us take a look. Just give me one moment here. Get it opened up and we'll dive right in. Sad day. Lots of sad things going on. Jesus. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Okay. I'll try to full screen this as best I can so you can see everything. And we'll just read along. We'll find out what the fuck is happening in Hamsterville. Get everything set up here. Just one moment. Okay, let's dive into this and find out what in the fuck is going on and why Redditors are targeting our hamster guy. Okay, here we go. This is his post from a little after midnight. Oh boy, the first of probably many blackmail attempts. We've got I guess, a direct message. I don't really use Reddit, so I'm guessing that's what this looks like. Who knows? Or maybe this came through his Discord. I don't fucking know. But it's a chat request, and it is from a Redditor from 13 days ago. Accept their request if you'd like to continue the conversation. We won't notify them if you decline. And a preview of the chat says, "Where's my money before I assist in writing an article for Slashdot, and also comment deletion fee, $217.45 to be exact." And that is a message he received. So here we go. Oh boy, the first of probably many blackmail attempts. Well, would you look at that? I thought only famous wealthy people had to deal with this shit. I'm just the underwater hamster guy. This person's post history seems to indicate that they have prior experience with blackmail too. Please leave them alone for the time being. I'm contemplating going to the cops and don't want them to have grounds for complaint. That I incited mass action against them or whatever. Leave this to me. I'd like to just state right now for anybody watching this video, I have no association with the hamster guy. No affiliation whatsoever. We are just reading this as concerned citizens. And we have not been directed to read this nor act upon it. So what is the dirt they claim to have on me? That they expect me to pay them to keep it under wraps. And it links to a screen cap here from Enjoy Prison Asshole. Don't want to like ruin everyone's parade, but this dude created a successful comic in college. Even made a pilot and sold it to some studio that was going to produce it. Then he got arrested for transporting a minor across state lines to bring her to a state where the age of consent was lower than the current state. Subsequently, he got kicked out of art school, lost his show deal, was sentenced to 100,000. I had to read that a few times. 100,000 hours of community service since he didn't technically rape her, just brought her illegally across state lines. Yes, 100,000 hours of community service in like a 12-year suspended sentence. Dude's family nearly entirely disowned him. His sister, who didn't talk to him since, then passed away recently, and he is barred from going to her funeral. Dude's a crazy motherfucker. On the spectrum, not an insult, the truth. And a pedo. However, recently he joined up with some pedo hunters online to redeem his name, even though he had sex with a 14-year-old when he was 20 and illegally transported her across state lines to avoid rape charges. A+ dude. I'm not 100% sure if this is the same person, but this one guy was warning everybody who'd listen that I'm guilty of the following. Made a pilot for an animated television program which was canceled because I was apparently arrested for transporting a minor across state lines. I was sentenced to 12 years, it would seem. This sentence was suspended in favor of 100,000 hours of community service, 11+ years. I was then disowned by my family, the story goes. They are then said to have barred me from her funeral. She's been cremated, actually. I slept with a 14-year-old when I was 20. People were ready to believe him at first. A lie gets around the world 7 times before the truth rolls out of bed. One small problem, though. Court records are publicly accessible. Nothing from Florida, where I lived for a couple of years. Now let's try Oregon. And he appears to be on some criminal database. This is a Judicial Department online records. Not all of these are me. There were 2 guys with the same first and last name, but a different middle one. It's blacked out because I'd rather not hand over their personal identifying information given the type of attention I'm now attracting from the wrong sort of people. For anybody who has gotten their hands on my name and other information has everything they need to replicate these search results on their own. And they'll be able to verify that the screenshots I posted here are legit. So what's my criminal record look like? Let's open these up to find out what the specific charges were. And it appears he's opening up his name on the Oregon Judicial Record Search. And we've got a violation unclassified non-payment of fare. I didn't have a valid fare when I rode light rail one time. It's true, I confess, I am a monster. Would mad science be chaotic evil or chaotic neutral? I got nabbed one time by one of those automatic speed trap cameras at an intersection. Lesson learned. Parking tickets. 3 of these. Not my finest hour. You think you can dash into the bank, make a deposit, and dash out before the meter maid sees you, but she's a teleporting witch. Now let's look at the sex offender registry. And this appears to be similar to what we had before with Florida and Oregon, posting negative results, no results found. Wow, it's fucking nothing. For the record, I also never wrote a pilot or had a show deal. My remaining family and I have only become closer as of late, and my sister was excited to be back in my life after prison until the accident. Only one person bothered to check the accusations. Seems to be a post of a person trying to figure out what's going on, as they didn't find any records in the U.S. system either. But they did bring up, I should probably read this. I find the third order of magnitude more likely than the others, as anyone who's been on the internet that long would have made some enemies. Do you happen to remember the Temple of the Screaming Electron? My sincere condolences regarding your sister, and good luck with Hampture. FYI, you got the wrong username, and it's at whatever that is. He's referring to a couple of people I used to argue with on message boards about religion, mostly the age of the earth, evolution, the Big Bang, abiogenesis, whether souls exist, and so on. My brain was less put together then, so I didn't grasp that these are not dry academic topics for people who have used such beliefs to cope with the death of a loved one. I now understand why somebody would resort to that. It didn't make sense to me as a result why they reacted with sudden intense hostility to these arguments. They just seemed to be randomly aggressive dickheads, so I treated them accordingly. I would always retaliate, which would only further enrage them, steadily escalating over time. Part of the reason was I was an insecure young guy, and arguing with creationists was easy and made me feel smart for having bested someone much older. But I got into the habit to begin with because I attended a pair of private religious schools, one of which taught young earth creationism. We've got a bit of a fedora tipper here. As a small spurgling obsessed with accuracy, facts, and precision, imagine how frustrating it was to be mocked ruthlessly by other students for defending evolution, and to be disciplined for it by faculty. There was no voice of reason to pipe in and back me up. Who would I complain to? The teachers? They were fundies too. They wouldn't put a stop to the mocking. They would join in and reward the perpetrators later. As you might expect, when I got free from the situation, I wanted some payback. The strangers I exacted that payback on usually did very little to provoke it, didn't understand the background I was coming at them from and how it affected me. I must have simply seemed like a randomly aggressive dickhead. I regret that. I was wrong and petty to punish somebody for something they had no hand in. I'm still paying for it today. I angered these forum users severely enough that they dug up my personal information. With that information, they put up websites of their own, as well as comments and entries and others proclaiming all the accusations about me you've seen above, plus some less commonly repeated extras. That I'm a racist, a diaper fur, an inflation fetishist, etc., with photoshopped images of my head on a guy in a Nazi uniform, or a diapered mascot costume, some unflattering caricatures, that sort of thing. I kept my head down for many years, waiting for the hosting of the attack sites to expire. I got some of the entries removed by emailing site admins with the exact evidence posted earlier, that they were deliberately inaccurate smears. It's true I was expelled from university, but because I offended another student. She was a New Age type, follower of Novus Spirituous, a cult founded by the late television psychic Sylvia Browne. She invited anybody present to stay after class for a spiritual discussion, which turned out to be her propagating Sylvia's teachings to the other students, perhaps in an attempt to recruit. We were invited to share our views on spiritual matters, so I shared mine. That all of it was nonsense. That Sylvia Browne is a cult leader who misled the grieving parents of children she insisted were dead, only for them to be later found alive. I actually think I vaguely know who Sylvia Browne is. It's kind of this withered old woman who would show up on, like, you've probably seen her on, like, Nancy Grace and shit, where, I got a feeling the kid can be found in the dumpster behind the Kmart, that kind of shit. And she never got anything right, if that's the right one, if I'm thinking of the right one. This made her voice shaky and angry. She berated me. One of her orbiters asked if she wanted to hit me, but she did not cry out until after I left and she'd gone to the professor. Then the crocodile tears flowed generously. She was petite, dressed cutesy, usually spoke softly, and was very fondly regarded by her peers. Accordingly, if you didn't personally know him, you'd understandably assume anybody who made such a pure and wholesome creature cry has got to be either Satan McHitler or Ronald McZuckerberg. The professor assumed this, and I was suspended for violation of the student religious tolerance policy in the student handbook. What if I'd gone to the professor and cried? Would she be the one expelled for intolerance? Would anybody have cared? Certain tears are magic, it would seem. When I came in for the suspension hearing, I told them that I'd done nothing wrong. I'd been invited to offer my opinion on spiritual matters, and I'd done so. I felt I'd been helpful and compassionate to disrupt a cult recruitment attempt, and that any authority which would punish somebody for upholding truth is illegitimate. This was wrong, or this was the wrong answer, evidently, as I was expelled shortly after. The newspaper framed it in a sensationalist but inaccurate way that I had no control over and was not consulted about prior to publication. I did not sue because, as they informed me, the policy protecting the religious perspectives of students does not protect non-religious perspectives. It will protect you if you are any religion, but not if you're in none. In that case, only the religious students' complaints of intolerance will be acted on. That used to piss me off, but I found I cared less and less as I grew older until I realized it had never been as vital as I believed it to, and I tried to unfuck other people's brains. Why did it seem important enough to go through all that grief for? Why did I think it was my job? I was and am developmentally delayed by about 10 years, which my underwater hamster hobby kind of suggests. In my 20s, I had the same emotional intelligence and general maturity of the crustiest teenage edgelord. That, and probably some degree of arrested development due to my experience in middle school, formed the basis for a relationship I had in Florida with a girl in her final year of high school. To my stupid ass, incomplete brain, this made it seem like all the more romantic that the world would disapprove. It was us against the world. I had plenty of warnings from friends too. It was a Scott Pilgrim knife chow situation where literally all of my friends cautioned me one by one that it was a mistake, that it would not turn out well, etc. But I did not listen because a bad case of the feels made me even more retarded than usual. I made myself known to her parents right away. Laid out my life like an open book so they could do background checks and otherwise investigate me from any angle they wanted, or any angle they liked. Satisfied that my intentions were good, they allowed me to date their daughter. She and I are still good friends and talk every so often to check in on each other's lives. I am water well under the bridge for her, but because she's a sweet person, she now voraciously, I can't pronounce this word. You've heard me try to pronounce words. Vociferously defends me to anybody who has concerns about my character. So yes, I am guilty of loving and being loved by somebody I wasn't meant to, but that is the only true part of it. If I had done some sort of depraved, sinister predator, don't you think her parents would have called the cops on the phone inside of a minute? Would she still defend me today if I'd taken advantage of her or imposed myself or mistreated her? I don't deny the large age differences are sketchy. They are certainly a red flag, but it depends on the person. It depends on their intentions, their state of mind, background, etc. I don't doubt that most of the time when a man is interested in somebody much younger, he has a sinister intent. But as sick as some people are of hearing this, not all men are like that. I also don't bring up my autism as a shield against judgment. Anybody who wants to judge me is going to do it. I only care that they have the complete information first. If you're going to hate me, do it for something I actually am guilty of. A decade of being unable to get a job interview, or being pulled out of training suddenly and dismissed without explanation, or being abruptly ghosted by girls I've been dating for months, seems like suitable punishment in my opinion. It was a painful adventure in a world of shit, during which time I briefly lived outdoors in a hole. I'm sorry. It was a painful adventure in a world of shit, during which time I briefly lived outdoors in a hole, left behind where city workers had uprooted a tree, bought a gun from a stranger at a party, and contemplated suicide on the daily. I would not be the first autist these people have driven to suicide by doxing, though they do a pretty good job of erasing nearly all evidence of it. They've got members in administrative positions of many websites, which can censor criticism. They would make excellent Stasi. I learned a great deal from the whole mess, but wouldn't do it again. Once through, the meat grinder was enough for me, though the experience was tenderizing. Since then, I've been struggling to rebuild my life. I had enough problems before being doxxed. 80% of adult spurgs are unemployed. I didn't need that shit working against me, too. I probably should have thought of that sooner, but I did not give up, however, for there were hamsters to submerge, and the brief portion of these 3 miserable years in Florida that I spent living outdoors gave me a deeper appreciation and concern for the homeless, as I met a lot of them during that time. What I have done with my life since then? Rescue bats sometimes. Other times, hand out gloves to the homeless bros, aka ho bros, ahead of the cold season, or care packages with food, socks, hand warmers, ponchos, a Mylar bivy snack or sack, first aid, hygienic supplies, and such in a sealed container so it wouldn't get wet. Or another round of care packages with collapsible umbrellas and USB power banks as well. This is a side of me my doxers didn't see. Whoever last pissed you off, you only saw a snapshot of that person on a bad day. You don't know whether they came to you from a bad situation. You haven't seen the gentleness in their hearts. You only know the worst version of them. Maybe my doxers are secretly gentle people. That's just not the side they chose to show me. These were the sort of people that voted for Roy Moore, who was as old as I am now when he actually did creep on teenage girls he didn't know, who wanted nothing to do with him. I knew many of my tormentors, though, prior arguments, to be apologists of the Catholic Church and their multi-century ongoing protection of child abusers. These are people who worship a Heavenly Father who impregnated Mary when she was 13, despite the tremendous power differential, presumably rendering her unable to consent to bearing his child. The same dude who did not include an age of consent anywhere in the scripture, but condemned gay sex in 5 verses, 3 of which are in the New Testament. Or if they're Jewish, they worshipped a being who gave them permission to abduct virginal young girls from conquered lands, to be forced brides or concubines for Israelite soldiers, to say nothing of the explicit permission to enslave foreigners, but not other Jews. Or perhaps they're Mormons, who worship a man that married a 14-year-old named Helen Mar Kimball by telling her parents that he'd been commanded by an angel with a flaming sword, and she'd go to hell if she said no. Or if they're Muslims, their founder, Aisha, Everybody knows what's the deal there with Muhammad and Aisha. This sort of thing is kind of a running theme in all the sand religions. One might cynically conclude that protecting pervy dudes from consequences was part of the purpose of founding them. The nature of human societal politics is such that they turn a blind eye to all of this, because it's not what they wish to see. They likewise turn a blind eye to the improprieties of Roy Moore, whichever pastor had been convicted this week, and the illegal activities of the Vatican, because hornets know better than to sting other hornets. So it's not that they were sincerely concerned for the girl I was dating, or even that they were righteous moral crusaders punishing me for my deviance. They were just a superficially noble pretext for their actions. Their motivations were to inflict as much harm and misery as legally possible on somebody who once made them feel humiliated during arguments about the age of the earth, the history of religion, and the origin of living things. I said a lot of cringeworthy things back then, but the only actual dirt they could find was not quite bad enough, without significant embellishment. The embellished versions of events which you read earlier is the first introduction to me that many people will have. People I might have liked to be friends with, but who turned against me before we even met. What sort of picture would your enemies paint of you? Would it be accurate? Probably not. They would paint as bad as a picture as they could with the facts and then take a couple dozen creative liberties. When somebody is angry with you, they don't care about what's true. They care about finding dirt, or making some up if need be. They don't feel obligated not to misrepresent you, and so long as there is even a single slim nucleus of truth to their tangled mess of lies, they won't consider themselves liars. Neither will any of them feel personally responsible for the harm inflicted by the group they are a part of. That's the magic of mob mentality. Uh-oh, looks like I'm getting name dropped here, boys. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Mr. Metokur, who I owe the success of the Patreon to in the first place, is married to someone half his age, and it says some pretty rude things about him online. About his lovely wife Jade too. Doxing gets pretty vicious, and nothing is off limits. Oh, how you doing there, Jade? Oh, do you like candy? You want to come in? You want to come in Mr. Metokur's magic van, little girl? We'll go. I'll show you how to make fun of people on the internet. It'll be a good time. Oh, come on. Oh, I'll have your parents sign a permission slip later. They described him as a racist, despite admitting he has vocally opposed racism, because he says things that a racist would say, by their reckoning, or that he's a homophobe, or a misogynist. based on the inferences we've intended to make from out of context quotations. That's a sort of weasel worded rationale for smearing somebody you can expect to see a great deal of. Uh, if ever you become noteworthy enough for doctors to target you, hoping to squeeze some dollars out of you or just use you as a punching bag. I don't want to have to show all of this to every new person I meet, because nobody fact checks anything. I don't want to have to deal with strangers trying to blackmail me for your guys' donation money. That is not a position I thought I'd end up in. I just want to live my life. I want to entertain you fine fellows. I want to look after small critters. I want to find people worse off than I am, put food in their stomachs, gloves on their hands, an umbrella over their head, and dry socks on their feet. I want to not have old wounds reopened while I'm writing my sister's eulogy. Anyway, there are still hamsters to submerge. That is one hell of an entry. Okay, change this up a little bit here. 1 second, chat. People saying, "Bring Jade on." I can't. It's her bedtime right now. I can't. She's got school in the morning and she needs a good night's sleep. I can't possibly wake her up right now. You know how cranky kids get. I can't. I can't do that. Holy shit. There's a lot to unpack from that. Well, I'll say this. One, I can't believe somebody's blackmailing a guy doing a hamster project on the internet. Two, I haven't checked the criminal databases myself, but I'm going to guess he's fairly confident showing search results from criminal databases and the sex offender registry. Three, I don't think it's fucking possible to get 100,000 hours of community service. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's an impossibility. I don't think I've ever heard of somebody sentenced to 11 fucking years of community service for abducting a child and raping them across state lines. And I guess my final follow-up to that is, if he's some autistic 20-year-old and he's dating a 17-year-old, yeah, that would raise red flags. But if her fucking parents gave him the go-ahead and met him and everything, I guess I don't see the fucking issue. I mean, it'd be one thing if he's some creepy fuck on the internet, grooming a kid. But if he met mom and dad and they're like, yeah, sure, go ahead, date our daughter, and she's 1 year away from graduation, I don't know. I find it really hard to fathom that fucking Redditors are blackmailing a guy who's making a hamster utopia underwater. Am I fucked up about that? I mean, is that seem insane to anybody else? He links to some entry on Wikipedia talking about this group of people, and it seems to revolve around something awful. And I don't know. I didn't fuck around in their religious thread, so I couldn't tell you how heated it got in there. But if he was some fucking fedora-tipping atheist talking shit to a bunch of creationists on SA and they got really angry, I could see them fucking with him for a while. But it's been, I mean, he said he lived in a hole. He lived in a hole in the fucking forest for 3 years. They fucked him up so bad with the shit they did. He lived in the forest in a fucking utility hole for 3 years. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, this is one of those things where I want to dig into it. I want to see like what the fuck is going on. Yeah, because that just got put up tonight. I stumbled across this guy. I think somebody sent it in as a super chat, and I love the fucking idea of underwater hamsters. And that's pretty much how I know him, as the underwater hamster guy. Now he's getting blackmailed on Reddit for $217, or they're gonna write a mean article about him. I don't know many sites that would publish an article with fake shit in it. I mean, were they gonna write an article saying he was convicted of crimes he wasn't convicted of? I'm fairly certain that shit would show up on a fucking criminal search, especially something of that magnitude. 100,000 hours of community service. Are you fucking serious? I'll have to look into that more at a later date. I really will. I just I'm just picturing him living in a hole. Who lives in a hole for 3 years? Like, fuck. Write a blog about that. Like, I want to hear the fucking details of how that works. People in chat, we're talking about journalists here. Very true. Very true. Saw a few super berries drop from the sky. Let me go collect. Let me go collect my shekels here, and then we'll continue on. But goddamn, talk about it. Just what the fuck? Yeah, because he hit his goal. I mean, after I think he originally was sitting at like $350 on Patreon, and I think he's around like, well, I mean, we saw on the screen it's like 1,080. So he's making money to build his mega hab underwater, and then a sky hab too. He's got enough to buy all the shit to make a floating hamster city, which sounds fucking amazing. So I guess they saw him making money and decided they were going to start hitting him up with blackmail. I don't know. Just very, it's, it's a very weird story involving fucking hamsters, right? Metakurist. Here's some bad goy bucks. What a story. Any opinion on the group that is fucking SPCC's 5 years worth of groomed callers? Also, praise BGM, patron saint of internet autists. Yeah, somebody messaged me on Twitter and said SPCC was getting fucked with, but I didn't really get details on what exactly is happening. Somebody said that they were calling up the same places and saying like, "Oh, you're getting pranked on live stream and shit." I, I don't know what exactly is going on, but I like the phone call shit. In fact, we were gonna watch some of that today, like Hoax Hotel, shit like that, where people fuck with scammers. It was part of like the 419 thing I had planned, and then all this other crazy shit came up. I just want to be, I just want to listen to funny, goofy fucking phone calls. Black Tea Recluse. This guy is 100% correct. Nothing good comes out of believing in the ramblings of a schizophrenic in the Middle East who got high on gas, then proceeds to invent the religion of a people who got gassed. Pharaoh Owen. What did the Jewish pedo say to the child? Hey kid, want to buy some candy? Unstable Anomaly. Jim, what is your advice to Ralph to help him get in shape? Can he possibly get rid of his hanging flesh? Thank you. Hashtag Guntgate. Yes, I'm familiar with Guntgate. I've seen you bring it up. I've seen people post it in chat. I understand. You're all very hyped to talk about Guntgate. Guntgate. As for my advice on Ralph to help him get in shape, well, he did when he was in prison. I think it was just to restrict your diet and exercise. It's basic shit. I think everybody's got access to that information. Caleb LL Show. Danny is stronger than Tonka He saved us from the Shadow Lords, and his mind was Sonic Tonka. Can't even stand up to Worski, let alone in general. From Lost in the Void. The day Reddit and Discord die is the day humanity will begin to heal. Pharaoh, and again, I already archived all his fiction as HTML saves. It's safe. Thank you, Pharaoh. It was, I'm guessing, a fucking large project. I was able to, on his forum, I got some things archived. I downloaded some of his videos. But then I went to his DeviantArt, and it's like, it's got a mature content filter, so you can't really use archival sites because you can't get past that. And it's just a pain in the ass. Rogue Fragment. Some euros from your homeland, fellow potato nigger. We've got something from Mr. Curie, Heavy.com article. Psycho tranny fucks dead horsehead. Got me a present. Is that the actual title? Is Psycho tranny fucks a dead horsehead? Oh, I have to read that. You can't drop a title like that on me and not expect me to go at least look. It's a it's a video. I can't play that on stream, and it's an actual video of a tranny fucking a dead horse head. I'm sorry, but I can't watch that on stream. We'll be fucking thrown off of here so quick. And then the sweetie's got a present for you, Daddy. Yeah, that's a fantastic video. And there's no fucking way Stream Me would tolerate me for one goddamn second if I showed a tranny banging a fucking decapitated horse head. Now, the boys on Discord, on the other hand, they might be fine with it. They might think that's fucking just top-notch shit. Just jump on in. We don't care. Welcome to Discord. Fuck as many horse heads as you feel necessary here. Oh, speaking of that. Speaking of that, I did have people send me some Discord shit. Let's pull that up, continuing off of yesterday, while I'm on topic of that. Let me see here. I believe Nick Mon or whatever, Nick Monroe had a a whole fucking write up about it, and then other people were sending me screen caps. So let's see what people found. I don't know what this is from. These are more amazing posts from people in Discord. Let's take a look and see how sane they are. Okay, here we go. Screen cap sent in. Let's take a look. From Rabbi Ray Rana. Okay, I can't speak, and I am extremely outraged by that decision. Can I speak to your manager? I just want to fuck Pikachu. Apollo Husky. Now I want to fuck a Lady Deathclaw. 100% Halo. Hi, Autistic. I want to get fucked by a hunky anthro bug. Also same. Legendary Amazing. I want to get fucked without a condom. God damn, everything is AIDS. Is that Bronx Blogger's alternative account? Is that what we're looking at? From Little Yeen. I want a Deathclaw to fuck me. I want to get fucked and develop prostate cancer from it. From Rox. I want to fuck Lucifer. I want Lucario to fuck me. I want a dog to fuck me. Ooh. From Neil GH. I want to fuck a cat. From Avok. I want to be fucked so hard that it opens up a portal between realities, compressing infinite versions of myself, receiving the same fucking into a single point in space-time, converging us into a single being of infinite mass, and creating a massive hole in the fabric of reality itself, creating a black hole from such immense strength that it not only ends the universe, it ends all universes with such thorough destruction that it completely destroys time itself, effectively causing reality to have never existed at all. That would be a good fuck. From Meowsy, I want a fucking dog to fuck me, but it's illegal. Deleted user, I want Incineroar's fucking knot up my ass. Oh shit. A Day Amiibo, which I am, so yeah, me. I just want to get fucked in the ass by a big dad wolf. Little Yeen, but I just thought I want the Hulk to fuck me. Ainsworth, I want a swamp rat to fuck me. Several people are typing, I want Mr. Mime to fuck my ass. Mitchell Solace, I want Thanos to fuck me. I can't read this. Something, Mitch's slutty pet, I want dragons to fuck both my holes. Ooh. Thagor's Riot, I want a Gengar to fuck me. And finally, Daddy Smarty, oof, now I want to fuck Nurse Joy. Gotta say, out of all of those, Incineroar's knot up his ass was probably the one that caught me the most off guard. A lot of fucking degeneracy going on in Discord. These boys having an imagination. I don't everybody's one. I don't know what the fuck is up with this place. Oh, we've got more. Let's take a look. Display capture. There we go. It's from Quiz, I guess. Psh, I bet you're a loser. You didn't even fuck a dog. From Zinthai, I'm dead. What did you just hit me with? A fucking XL dog dick. You want more? A fucking alligator. Morals are subjective. However, it is almost universally agreed upon that it's neither ethical nor hygienic to fuck an animal. A cow is raised in a farm to be killed and eaten, or for its milk. It is not used for sexual purposes. The farmer has full rights to kill the cow as the farmer raised the cow. And a response from Zinkener, yeah, but it had been in the past almost universally agreed upon that black people are inferior to white people, that the sun revolves around the earth, and that dragons live in uncharted lands. It's only unhygienic because they're not prepared for sex. Oh, what a well thought out, reasonable response. Yeah, you shouldn't fuck dogs. Oh, really? Black people used to be slaves. Take that, conservatives. Did you know that African Americans were enslaved? I didn't think you did. Now excuse me while I rape my cat. Ooh, so it's a big brain response. XD, everyone wants to fuck a dog. These people live in another dimension. Okay, I need... If you're going to send me caps, you got to give me the full context of the conversation. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got... this looks like they're arguing with staff. Let's take a look. Okay, this is Timo the Yiffer. The way Discord staff told us that if it's perceived as young, to a normal everyday user, it is cub underage. Ryun. But Discord allows it, so ooh, what's he DMing about? Ooh, this is why I don't like being around new age furries. And then they follow up that one of your admins ran a cub porn server. Are they saying a Discord admin was running one of the servers? Timo the Yiffer, cubs are our future. Gay furry cub incest. Ooh. Yes, it is for cubs under 13. Winking face. God, they're just fucking everywhere. Just infesting the fucking service. People, yeah, there are other quotes. Cub porn is not a kink. Discord allows cub as a heads up. I like hugging cubs too, to be honest. Nothing wrong with hugging a small perp. Jesus fucking Christ. Let me see if I can find the Nick Mon one, because he had a whole list of fucked up shit. Crap. I think it's 112. Is it 112? I don't know what it is. Crap. I had this up earlier. Now I don't have it up. Breaking news. Somebody said, Ian changed the description of the Hype Break channel. What does it say now? It looks the same. Hype Break is about excitement and enthusiasm about the video games we live for and love. But we also believe in breaking the hype and keeping things real. The gaming channel features all manner of insightful analysis of games, criticism of game journalism, and the culture surrounding video games. Hype Break is Ian Miles Chong. I'm pretty sure he had that up before. Not 100% certain, but I do believe he had that up before. You're going to have to give me a minute. Let me put on some background music while I retardedly look for this stupid fucking thread, and then we can jump into it. Where is our favorite video that's ever been made? There we go.
Cause you got that. 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 Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need in my life, so give it to me. Cause you got that. Like you, cause you got that. Something that I need in my life.
Okay, I got it. We're good. Let's dive into it. All right, so this is Nick Monroe talking about trouble brewing in the old Discord. Let's start with context. He's going over the article we actually went over. In the Forbes article, he talks about interesting streams showcasing illegal activities involving stolen goods, and then we get into the child grooming. Let's see. So begins our Mr. Templins highlighting the leeway that Discord gives the cub porn shit. We showed some of that yesterday. Discord trust and safety moderator in question was quickly identified by them and others. The person decided to make their account private and erase their Discord positions from their Twitter bio. Looks like this is the guy everybody's talking about. Beals at Tiny Feeks, professional dork at Discord app, gay taken by Tiger Slouch, thoughts are my own. And again, San Francisco, California. Shocking. Lo and behold, they were able to further discover a possible other lead into Discord staff. This time somebody named You All the Foxes. Apparently he helped set up this controversial policy despite their own controversial past. Let's take a look. This was posted 3 months ago, so this looks like something they knew about for a while. Discord drama. All the Foxes now part of the trust and safety team at Discord, disabling accounts without reason. Other Discord admins might be on the same path. To settle everything straight after getting my account disabled for no proper reason and getting told our investigation says so, you're banned. And after weeks of trying to contact Discord in any way possible, I decided to dig a little more into this and found some dirt under the carpet. Everything starts here. Randomly out of nowhere, I found my account was disabled. I contacted Discord support and was given the answer, your account has been found to be involved in servers that promote non-consensual pornography. I answered back and asked why I was banned when I've literally been in 20 servers, and the only one where I actually wrote something was in a free-to-play game. To no avail, I get the by our investigation. So I decided not to freak out, and I started to Google other people with the same issues. And I find an Imgur gallery called When Your Discord Account is Disabled for Shit You Didn't Do. To my big surprise, it's another user explaining how all the foxes told him he was banned from something he didn't do, and then got ignored, same as me. On the comments, you see at least 5 more people with the same experience, with a different toss reason or the same one. Well, this is weird. There's some threads connecting here. I'm obviously going somewhere here, so I started to look up this All the Foxes Discord admin, and for a big, massive surprise, I found it. Twitch drama. All the Foxes gets demodded from R Gaming. Turns out she was the fall guy after all. I'll use the recap that was written in the post, but you should take your time and read all of it, and the multiple links there. After seeing this, I was totally staggered, so I started to contact Discord Twitter, which tried to help, I guess, by giving the disc. Okay, and then he's going over this. So it looks like this guy found that All Your Foxes was banning him and a lot of other people. I think we looked at this one before. This was the guy from yesterday, the Pan NB furry trash, they them pronouns. Again, San Francisco Bay Area. You have to forgive me. I've got a bit of a cold today. It's a tale of terms of service hypocrisy. Y'all mind if we talk about how the DC community guidelines explicitly say illustrated porn involving minors, e.g. lolicon, is not allowed, but because it's a cub Discord, they think it's okay. Sharing illustrated or digital altered pornography which depicts minors, such as lolicon or shotacon. Oh, what happened here? People are saying dead air. I've got all green. Let's see if they refresh. Did I get got? Oh, boys, have I gotten got? Let me check here. And the streamy seemed to freeze up for a minute, but I don't know what's going on. Are we back? I'll have to wait for chat to catch up to tell me if we're dead or if we're alive. Okay, we're still living. We're still living life here. All right, let me jump back into where we left off then. They don't want the truth out there. Discord's doing everything it can to prevent it, but we're going to push through. We're going to push through. We're not going to let them win. All the furry Discord admins in the world aren't going to stop the truth from getting out there. Okay. I don't know what you missed, so I'll just start back. One thing. Guy complaining about the terms of service on Discord saying that young illustrated pornography, basically lolicon, wasn't allowed. But because it's cub Discord, or cub porn on Discord, they think that's okay. According to the guy we looked at his stuff yesterday, the fur hole runs deep over at Discord. You say anything negative about furries, you get banned. A former dev of Discord, Modbot, who wishes to stay anonymous, can confirm that the furry staff at Discord have no tolerance for anything anti-furry. What is going on up there? This is the lead developer for the Ataja bot, by the way. And it's a clear picture of a furry. It looks to be a conversation going on. Sorry for DMing you randomly, but did you know that Discord bot known as Ataja? I used to be a dev for them and have a source to their web interface and API. Don't know about the bot, sorry. Look it up. It's run by the furries. They have really good connections to the Discord staff. Oh, wow. I booed the fuck out of there in November last year. Or noped. I noped the fuck out of there in November of last year. Yeah. You can report anyone on Discord and say something along the lines of, he said fuck furries, give no proof, and they'll be banned. Discord staff defends underage furry porn, but claims lowly shota content is harmful. Linking to One Angry Gamer. Here's a relevant section as it gives a statement from the Discord staff. In a post published January 28th, 2019, over on Discord's Reddit page, Trust and Safety staff member Carradine explained. This should be good. We think there's harm which exists with lolly content, and we don't want Discord to be a place for that, specifically because it is a sexualization of children. Our policy on lolly includes taking action on images where users will protest and say, but it's a 9,000-year-old magic genie. Because we're concerned about the impact on the average person, that may come across it, we likely do not know or care about the backstory of the character. But even if this isn't satisfactory to some, sorry, again, I've got a bit of a cold today, as there are other users that will report in all anime art as lolly, and will be unhappy that we do not take action on. For example, an image of someone at the beach in a bikini. It is equally unsatisfactory to others that think that they should be able to post all the lolly they want. We get plenty of reports every day about lolly, which we action. Regarding cub art, it's lolly porn, but when he talks about cub, it's cub art. Regarding cub art, our stance isn't exactly communicable by the single lines that people have posted screenshots of, both of which were in response to general questions. There's some overlap between cub and lolly. I want to make clear that if such content falls into the lolly camp, which is to say sexualization of human or humanoid minors, it's still banned. If someone thinks that they can get away with a sexualized picture of a child simply by putting bunny ears or cat ears, they're absolutely wrong. But as far as I've seen on Discord, there's also a segment of cub art that is not, in fact, human or human-like at all, but instead, for example, mythological creatures. This content is significantly grayer, which is why there isn't a blanket ban on all of that. I'm going to reemphasize just to make it perfectly clear. If we look at it and we think it's definitely a human or a human-like minor in a sexual situation, then it's forbidden on Discord, and we will take action on the content and the account. You cannot understand. It's cub art. Why don't you appreciate the art it's cub art. It's a mythological creature. Oh, you perverts over there with your 9,000-year-old lolly genie need to get the fuck out of here. But this gentleman over here with the 4-year-old griffin in the diapers, no, that's fine. That's acceptable. Cub art, lolly porn. Differentiate. Discord has standards. Here's a post proving All the Foxes is the one who helped the toss standard for cub content on Discord. Gagged Bat. Hey, are you guys really cool with one of your support guys deciding it was okay to have child porn hosted on your service? I'm not sure if I would be okay with people celebrating that they're able to share porn of a 5-year-old on your service. It looks like they're messaging Discord. Thank you for your reply and further clarification. Not safe for work cub content is defined as furry art involving characters under the age of 18, either in terms of actual age or appearance. The subgenre of cub artwork, named baby fur, is for characters with ages or appearances of or around 5 years or under. And then this is from all your foxes. Thank you for the update. Generally speaking, we don't consider this type of content to be a violation of our terms on their own. That being said, you should be aware that such content can be considered shocking for some, and it should be limited to channels marked not safe for work, and users should have an expectation of the content they will see on the channel before viewing. Much to the delight of degenerates. And it looks like I'm guessing their site that they can post this shit up. Someone made a diligent effort to try and report things to Discord. We went over this. This was the don't mass report shit. And what do we got here? From the QQ, if you get banned from Discord at their political convenience, do you lose all access to your library? Sounds like a terrible idea. I prefer GOG for this reason. I can pop an installer collection on a Blu-ray disc and never lose access, even if they nuke my account. And in response from Drib, fun fact, I've reported 2 pedos on Discord. Both of them allowed back on with this shitty reasoning. Just so you know, Discord investigates and takes actions. If a user returns to Discord and demonstrates that they've stopped this activity that led them to being banned in the first place, they're welcome to continue using Discord. And again, all the foxes. So if you're some degenerate furfag that's posting up, how do they put it, cub artwork, baby fur artwork, they're totally fine with that shit. And if maybe you step the bounds a little bit and put up real child porn, I'm guessing, and they ban you off of Discord, as this person said, 2 pedos, you're allowed back on once you say sorry about that, and you're allowed to yiff with everybody else. But if you make fun of furries, if you talk shit about them on Discord, they've got a bot they've created to hunt you down and fucking ban your ass. That's sort of amazing. All the Foxes blocked my old account because I messaged him about it. Says someone who wants to remain anonymous. All the foxes sucks at problem solving by the look of it. It shows them being blocked. And again, more messages not really getting the reception people would expect. Then there's Quackity Saga. He got banned from Discord, and the reasoning behind it involves furries. This was a guy that was making fun of furries and shit, and he got shit kicked right off of Discord for it. All the foxes can't stop fucking up. I've had two friends who were banned for participating in raiding. One of them, Alex, for anonymity, was simply a part of the server against the infamous Twitter user, Threat Destroyer, who can mass report and ban other users. The server can't actually do anything like raiding. It was just set up as a means of helping people who had their accounts taken down by this particular user. They were just members of the server that got banned for it. All the Foxes was the one who delivered the not literal fuck you when my friend's account was banned. When he contested the ban by responding, they said they'll investigate it. After a week, he got a response saying the ban would be kept up, even though the aforementioned raiding was simply being in a server set up against mass reporting a Twitter user. And there you go. So it seems like shit in the land of Discord still going tits up. And have you noticed every time we come across somebody on their trust and safety team or somebody who's high up in the company, they're furries. Everybody that's complaining about being banned is given these really snarky fucking replies to terms of service requests or people wanting their ban overturned or to have it looked at, and they get pissed on. They get pissed on by fur fags who run bots to go after people, who ban people that make fun of them, and think that there's some high fucking quality to the art of baby furdom. Ridiculous. No wonder Discord's freaking the fuck out with the feds investigating them for all the child shit and the money and the crime and all that stuff. Can you imagine being in the FBI and stumbling onto this shit? Like, why is everybody that works in your office wearing a fursuit? Why are there pictures on the wall of mythological creatures that look like babies getting fucked in their ass? Can you explain that to me, Discord? Because I'm just a simple G-man, and I don't understand all this new technology shit you millennials are into. Is this the hip new thing? Watching a griffin get gang raped? Is that where we're at now, Discord? Holy fuck. What is going on with these guys? We need to get Liam Neeson to kill the furries. Well, I think he's too busy hunting black people in the street. Maybe if a furry rapes one of his family members, he'll decide to take vengeance upon them. But I don't know what the odds of that fucking happening are. Oh, God, this stream. I had all this shit planned, and yeah, just a lot of weird shit came up. A lot of, poor Danny loses his channel. Hampture guys getting fucking blackmailed. Furries are running rampant on Discord. It's a lot of weird shit starting off 2019. Lots of weird fucking stuff. And I didn't even get to go over the history of the Power Book, which is a fantastic way of getting back at fucking Nigerian scammers. Like the guy that set this up, it was kind of ingenious. Not only did he fuck with a scammer, he cost the scammer money with a really ingenious idea. He found a way to fuck the guy out of money and send him this in the mail when he thought he was going to get an actual Power Book. It's pretty great. We'll have to save that, I think, for another stream, because I try to keep these to an hour, and we're about at an hour, because we started at 4:19. Let's see. I've got a couple of super berries. I'll read these. I still can't believe Hampture guy's getting fucking blackmailed. Found something to clean the palate with. We'll take a look at that tomorrow. Slowmophobe. Love the morning stream, Jim. I enjoy the degeneracy while I get ready for work. But all these chicken hawks with their chicken hawk ops need 13 knots on the lot of them. Anime Garfield. I regularly sold meat to a balding middle-aged man wearing a tail and a Discord dev jacket when I lived in San Francisco. Coincidence? Did he snarl at you? Did he prance around the meat section like an animal stalking its prey? He'd jump up on the counter and bark at you and shit when he asked for steaks? I'm sure there's more to this. Mitch Head Berg's Ghost. Hey, Jim, are you planning on doing a video on the Discord furry stuff with the Discord being investigated? Nope. This is just morning stream shit. Just talk about whatever's going on, look at dumb videos. It's confined to this. I'm sure people will put together amazing videos about the Discord furry shit. We'll talk about it on stream, laugh at a few of the clips, but that's about it. CoinFlip458. I just felt like ruining your day. You won't be able to pull this up on stream, but you can read it in part or in full. Don't put it off. It'll be entertaining at least. And this looks like a borrow link. I will, again, because we're getting to the end of the stream, people have sent me links, and I had a few links from yesterday too. I'll compile them up, and we'll put them at the beginning of the next morning stream. I felt like, okay, and that was the same message. It looks to be the same link. From HTRTU, hey Jim, you wanted a clip of a creepy-ass child molester from the documentary going Screwed So Tightly? Here you go. Thank you. Put that into rotation. Minute World 94, how does it feel to be this popular? Oh yeah, we're bringing in the big numbers on the Stream Me morning stream. we're setting records, boys. We're taking off for the stars. I actually, again, I really enjoy Stream Me. I love the fucking idea that you don't need to have an account to comment. I think that's fun. If I was watching a stream, I wouldn't want, I have to fucking register and all this shit. Being able to use a troll account and say whatever the fuck you want. It's a nice feature. Having a more relaxed terms of service is a nice feature. I mean, yeah, I don't really make money over here compared to what I make on YouTube. I don't really care. It's more fun doing this. From Kiers, rub my prostate tumor, daddy. Black Tea Recluse, I told Discord repeatedly a YouTuber was grooming children and fucking with Terry A. Davis. They did nothing. I tell my behavioral health case manager that. He asked me who it was. I tell him everything. He forwards it to the government. Minute World 94, how do you feel about being so I read that one. Came up. Why does it keep coming up? Mr. Curie, doggy style. Lost in the void. People also seem to forget the whole Raikou and trap blackmailing thing. We actually talked about that yesterday. That was the R9K and pull thing, where they were luring young men into a Discord, convincing them to RP:3 with them, dress up like women, and then they would fuck with them. And that's allegedly what happened. And they would fuck with them, and potentially might have driven one of them to suicide. But I remember when that was getting talked about. Caleb LL Show. Think of the creationist hamsters. Those creationists aren't acting very Christ-like. Blackmailing isn't something Jesus would do. But will there be a war between creationist hamsters and objectivist hamsters? They aren't sending their best. Soon be soon. People on the Galaxy 3.2 forum are archiving his videos. Also, Danny had a stream. It's also on the forum, Danny Highlight Reel. Danny's stream video archive. Minute World 94. Hey, Jim, how does it feel to have this big of an audience? I'm not sure why you keep asking that. I feel good. I enjoy it. Mr. Curry, Casey Father Call, for old time's sake. Finally, Laughing Man AD. 100,000 hours of community service is roughly 48 years of working. 40 hours a week. That's insane. Yeah, I wouldn't really believe that's accurate. I don't think that's a real thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he got 100,000 years of fucking community service. I don't see that being a real possibility. All right. I know this morning stream was it's thrown off a little bit. I wasn't expecting Hampture Blackmail, but it kind of took up a big chunk. That was a long post. Took up a big chunk. But tomorrow, the next morning show we do, we'll go over the links. A couple people sent some funny things. We'll take a look at those. But then we're jumping into 419 Nigerian scams. We're going to look at the guys from Hoax Hotel and others that will basically fuck with them and cost them money. We'll go over the PowerBook story on how somebody fucked Nigerian scammers out of money by using delivery fees. It was actually pretty interesting. And have a good laugh about that. And also talk about them, taking their selfie photos like you see on screen right now. Because they're so desperate for money. They will do anything you ask them. You would be amazed. So we'll go over those stories on the next morning stream. Have a good Tuesday morning. Enjoy your work. Enjoy your college. Enjoy whatever the fuck it is you do. And try to remember not to blackmail hamsters. That's just mean. And pray for Danny. His YouTube channel is gone and he's going to need his forever friends to send him some strength, some warmth, and some comfort. Put on some outro music, and I will see you next